Today in this video we will learn about image trace option and clipping mask. So image trace is an option in Adobe Illustrator which allows you to convert the rasterized image to vector image. At the starting in one of our video we have discussed the difference between the raster and the vector image. So here in this raster image, if I zoom in, you can see that some parts of the picture is already being distorted, and if you print it, the quality won't be that good. On the other hand, in vector image, you won't find this kind of distortion, because no matter how much you zoom in vector image, that kind of distortion or the pixels will not be there. So to convert this one to vector image, we use the image trace option. So in my case, the image trace option is in the properties panel. But in case if it is not there in your Adobe Illustrator, you can go to window and turn on the image trace option. So here I have the image trace option. Let me open that panel and let us check the preview again. Here you can see the pixels here, which is the distorted part of the image. So we are going to fix that by converting this one into vector image. In the image trace panel we have the mode that is black and white. So if I convert this one, it'll come out as black and white. So let us check a preview. Go to mode and you can see that it is just black and white. So in order to make it color, I'm going to click on color and let's wait for the pixel clustering. It usually takes some time depending on the image. So in this picture we have already applied the image trace option. So if we zoom in, you can see that no matter how much we zoom in, the picture won't be distorted, it will still be clear. So for printing and other purposes, you can use such kind of image tracing in order to convert from raster image to vector image in our Adobe Illustrator. And in this image again, I can edit the image by going to the points, or I can also change the colors. So in order to do that, I can go to object and select expand and click OK. So if I do that, I can click on any of these points and edit those points. So which also allows you to edit the paths, as well as if I want to change this color. And remember, this is already grouped, so I'm going to ungroup that, right click, ungroup. If I click here, you can see that this particular part can also be selected, where you can go to fill color and change the color there. So it doesn't have to be just an art. We can also edit the real images also, like the photography of the real image. So let me take one of those images here. So here we have another image, and here in this image also. So here also we can apply the same, and in this option I'm going to select color again, check on preview. All the options for image tracing will be applied, that is the pixel clustering. Okay, so image tracing has already been applied. And if you want to edit on those parts, you will have to go to object and expand those, click OK. And in here all these objects are grouped together, so I'm going to click on ungroup, right click, ungroup, and you can see I can select some parts of it. If I want to remove, I can do that also. Suppose if I want to change the colors just like the previous one, I can do that also. So let's remove this one again. And another example of doing the image tracing is, like, it is helpful whenever you want to remove something from your art. That is, suppose say if I want to remove this part here, so in order to be able to select those parts, I'm going to apply the same, that is here, color, image tracing option, and click on preview. As soon as I click that, this will be converted to a vector image, and here I have to expand that again, click OK, and ungroup. If ungrouping once is not enough, you can do it more. These are the parts that I need to remove, so I can remove that, or you can also select multiple parts so that you can remove them, just like that. Add a rectangle to that, and here we have, this is what we wanted. So the next one is about the clipping mask. The clipping mask option allows you to crop out a selected portion of your art when the art is too much complex, or there is an area that you want to select out of those art, then you use the clipping mask. It is also used when you want to crop out an image. So let's try with an image first. I'm going to use the same image, And if you want to crop out a portion of this picture, the cropping option is not available in Adobe Illustrator. So in those cases, you can use the clipping mask. So for clipping mask, it can be any shape that you want to crop. The cropping can be of any shape. So I'm going to use a rectangle for cropping. For cropping, no need of the fill color. If you want to add, you can add a stroke, because if I don't add a stroke, I cannot make a preview of the part which I want to crop out. So here, this is the part. So I'm going to, so I want to put at least 1 point for the stroke. So after adding the stroke, let's zoom in and suppose say this is the portion which I want to crop out. So make sure that the rectangle is in the front. If the rectangle is in the back side, you won't be able to apply the clipping mask. So it should be in the front. Select both the rectangle in the image together and right click on this portion and select this option here, that is make clipping mask. So you can see this portion of the picture is being cropped out. So it doesn't have to be a rectangle only, it can be a circle. So if I want to crop out this portion again, select both of them, right click and make a clipping mask. So that is how we can crop out a picture by using the clipping mask. Now suppose there is an art something like this here, then in those kind of arts also I can apply the clipping mask. Suppose say I want to make clipping mask within a star, then you can select all this portion, right click and make a clipping mask. So you can see that the art is inside this shape only. So suppose say I have an art something like this here, and the outside part distracts our design, and only this portion is going to be printed. So if you want to check a preview of that, in those cases also you can apply the clipping mask. So for that I'm going to make a rectangle exactly the same size of our page and remove the fill color, add a stroke, select the whole portion, right click on it, make a clipping mask.